What up? What up? It's your boy Neil Star, and this is Miller Mondays, what I call them. Where I sit here and drink me a 40-ounce of Miller and talk about some shit I done seen. Keep it real, keep it 100. Cheers. Cheers. Miller Time Monday. Alright, so today we're going to talk about Cassidy and Dizaster. Okay, the first matchup, some shit happened. They had to cancel. I don't think it was Cassidy and Dizaster's fault, even though, like, in their rematch, they was talking about who fault it was. I think it was the people who ran the shit, ran some fucked up shit. Anyway, with that being said, I watched the rematch. Cassidy won, okay? And I'm not a humongous fan of Cassidy, and I'm definitely not going to sit here and lie and say, like, I'm some super Dizaster fan. I watched the battles, but Dizaster's good. Dizaster's real good. And for Cassidy to come back after 12 years, he did all right. You know what I'm saying? But I think what took the cake to me was the first round. Cassidy delivered some bars in the beginning, and then he mimicked his style. I think then it became a strategic game after that, because he got into Dizaster's head. If you watch the video, Dizaster's second round was different from the first. He kind of tried to calm it down and shit. Like, it's like Cassidy got in there. You know what I'm saying? Cassidy's bars were okay. They was pretty good. They was consistent, but it's not like you have to be super duper lyrical to beat Dizaster. I don't think you have to be. All you have to be is consistent with your lyricism and your bars and you know, your attack. Dizaster, he did all right, man, but he feeds so much off the crowd that when the crowd started swaying a little bit, when Cassidy mimicked him, it took him out of his character, and he was searching for energy in the room, like, and he couldn't find it. So you can see there was times he was like, he was looking, you know what I mean? After that first round, he was all the way up out of his character, man, and he was reaching, and he was trying to get like personal, throw a little personal shots, whatever, but it wasn't working. Cassidy had already basically took his heart out in the first round. Now the later rounds, they was all right. You know what I'm saying? I got my yeahs and nahs about the battle. You know what I mean? Like I said, I told you how I felt about Dizaster and Cassidy. He did good that first round. You know what I mean? That second round, it was all right. It was all right for Cassidy. You know what I'm saying? But I think he started falling into that talking about himself a little too much. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He started talking about himself and, you know, his stilo, or, you know, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? All right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, my personal advice, you know, I'm not a battler, so this is just my personal advice or my personal opinion. You know, Cassidy, your next battle, if you do take one, try to focus all 3 rounds on detaching your opponent. You know what I mean? Because if you face somebody like a Loaded Lux or a Mook or something, these guys gonna dedicate their whole 3 rounds to detaching their opponent. Like, they barely gonna talk about themselves. They're gonna detach the opponent for all 3 rounds. So that's the only thing. That's the only drawback about Cassidy's shit that I saw from the rematch. He just, you know, but no question, he beat him. Straight up. He beat him. He beat Dizaster. And I know all the Dizzy fans gonna be like, oh man, fuck that, man. Cash trash and da 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 da. Look, man, Cash ain't trash. Dizzy ain't trash. You know what I mean? You have to have some kind of talent to be battling, period. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not calling niggas trash. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get into that. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and call the niggas trash when I don't even do it. There's certain things that I don't understand about Dizzy style. Like, it's pretty good at points, but then sometimes it goes dull. Why? I don't know. You know, maybe he needs to write more, prepare more. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got somebody like Cassidy or T-Rex, dudes who prepare and have their bars ready, it don't matter what the crowd's energy is. They gonna kick their shit because they're gonna be confident with their shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I feel like it was Cassidy all the way. I'm not gonna say 2-1, 3-0, nothing. I'm not going off that round shit. I'm going off, okay, Cass beat him. After the first round, Dizzy was done. He was discombobulated after the first round. He couldn't bounce back from that. After Cassidy imitated him so well and then destroyed him in his own way in the first round. That was it. Dizzy couldn't bounce back from that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was obvious he couldn't bounce back from that shit. And maybe if he had prepared a little more writing wise, he would have been able to come back. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Cassidy won. So, you know what I'm saying? Who he gonna battle next? If he do battle anybody next, who knows? But, you know, it changes the game now. Now Cassidy bringing money into the game. So, shit, I might start battling. No, I'm just playing. I ain't do that. I stick to making beats. But all in all, you know, I can't wait to see who he battle next. Like, if he battle, like, a Loaded Lux, nigga like that, man, you know, you better be on point, like, all 3 rounds. Like, you gotta attack him all 3 rounds. Like, no plan, no talking about what you got and how many bitches you got. Nah, you better detach that nigga all fucking 3 rounds, and that's not gonna be easy. That's if he battle him next. But if he stay in the battling game, eventually he gonna face niggas like that anyway. I be seeing comments about motherfuckers saying his bars outdated, Cassidy bars outdated, his punchlines outdated. What the fuck is an outdated punchline? Like, for somebody to come up with a metaphor, how does that become outdated? I don't get that. Like, you know, maybe that's niggas who didn't grow up in that era when punchlines started hitting. Them shits don't outdate. Them shits still thump today. It's music from back then that's way better than the shit you hear now. You know what I'm saying? It's music and punchline from back then that's 20 times better than, you know, Dizaster's best shit. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking it directly from Cassidy, from a couple of niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand what people saying about that outdated shit. Only reason they saying that shit is because Cassidy been gone for 12 years and he ain't came back to. That's the only reason you saying it. You ain't saying it because of his actual lyrical talent and his ability to write metaphors. You saying it because he just ain't done it in a while. He came back and fucking battled a nigga who been doing it for a minute and beat him like he said he was gonna beat him. So you really gotta take this one, man. You gotta take this one. And I'm not leaning left or right. I just know Cassidy won that battle. Now, if motherfucker battle him again, shit, it might be a different story. Dizaster might know how to come at him, you know what I'm saying? But after this, Dizaster really gonna have to, you know, learn how to switch his game up a little more and simmer down from the aggression and really not give a fuck about what the crowd think. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's you gotta really dig deep when you dealing with bar spitters, man. Like, he seems to lose when he mess with guys who consistently spit bars. Like I said, it don't have to be fucking super duper high off the chain metaphors. It can be pretty basic, but that person can just be so consistent with his basic bars and metaphors that Dizzy can't bounce back from that shit. He lacks consistency. That's what I'm saying. He lacks consistency. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, they're my thoughts. Cass won. It's your boy Neil Star. Miller Monday. Sorry for the lighting and shit, but fuck it. Yo, subscribe. Keep it 100. Putting out new videos every Monday talking about something. For real. Because the nigga ain't got shit else to do.